In this video, I'm going to give you an update on how we did on our financial goals in 2021 and what to look forward to in 2022. This will be a different and quick video, just doing it solo without Natalie this year, and in an effort to keep things niched down, I'm going to stick to just talking about financial goals this time. Stay tuned until the end because even though I said I wouldn't talk about it again, I will give you an update on our net worth. So we are very proud to have made a lot of progress on the principal of our house in the last few years. Our principal will be just over $60K by the end of our mortgage term, which will be this time in 2022. But rather than continue to pay it down this year, we decided to invest it and see how it would do in the market. I made a simple fund comprised of mostly the S&P 500 plus a little bit of NASDAQ and Bitcoin. We started with $55K at the end of Q1 this year, and the goal was to have $62K by the end of next year. Well, we're at $63K at the end of 2021, so what a great choice this was. Now, I know that anything can happen in 2022, so I will try to protect this account with some stop loss orders, but this experience has made us really think about whether we should pay off the house or just remortgage the remaining principal at a lower mortgage payment and continue to let this little account grow in the market. Our choice will depend a little on what mortgage rates are at the end of 2022, but mostly on what our financial situation will be and if we just want to be mortgage free or not and how the markets are doing, so we'll just have to talk about this later. Now, one other thing we felt would really help us would be to build more streams of income, and I didn't look into any new side hustles this year, but just wanted to experiment to get an idea of how to generate streams of income through YouTube and also grow some of my positions in companies that pay dividends. So let's talk about YouTube first. Remember, a goal in 2021 was to monetize this channel, so first, thank you to everyone who hit the subscribe button. We did set a goal for 2,500 subs, but we just passed 2,000 subs, which is still really awesome, and I'm very appreciative for everyone who clicks. Now, this is a small channel, but I love to be transparent, and here are the numbers for money it's generated plus some income from my affiliate links. So the channel made just over $500 this year in ad revenue from YouTube, and there were 2 signups to Questrade that earned me $140. Now, I can say there were many more signups, but I only get credit after 10 commissionable trades are made. And I preach a lot about just buying ETFs, which are commission free on Questrade, so those don't count, but this is okay, guys. I appreciate y'all using my link, but I care more about you being comfortable with your investments than I care about the kickback. If in the future you buy a few stocks, great, but no big deal. Just glad you're starting on the journey and starting to understand your finances. That's awesome. Next up are my dividends. In my TFSA, I've been actively investing a bit more in individual dividend paying companies and was able to grow my dividend income to over $1,700 a year. Now, the bulk of that is still from the S&P, but because there's a contribution limit to this account, I wanted to generate a bit more cash to invest in other things, and I'll continue to grow that over time. And by the way, Canadian banks this year increased their dividends by crazy amounts, some as much as 20%, which I'm making a mental note of because if you're worried about streams of income staying ahead of inflation, then these would be great holdings for now or retirement. For 2022, I'm hoping to find a new stream of income and grow the YouTube and dividend streams. Now, by how much, I'm not sure, but I'm really just trying to beat the 2021 numbers. Now, let's talk about net worth. Now, I know I said I wouldn't talk about my net worth after we hit the $1 million mark in January this year. That was it, because, I like to keep a few things private, but with how dramatic 2021 was, with the feeling of insecurity from COVID, prices of everything going up, and maybe a little bit of dissatisfaction, even for those of us still lucky enough to work, because most likely our raises didn't keep up with inflation or being asked to do so much more in our jobs. Well, here is why understanding finances and investing early and often is so important. Look at my household this year. Natalie was on mat leave, we were down to 1 income, we crossed the $1 million mark at the end of January, and here is a shot of the Mint account at the end of 2021, a $280K increase over the year. Okay, you can take $35K off that because I sold my stake in a rental property and maybe another $15K in tax credits and gifts and stuff, but it still leaves you with $230K. That is definitely not my salary, not even close. Definitely not the EI that Natalie was collecting. That increase was mostly investments. Dollar cost averaging, index funds, and sticking to the fundamentals, the 101 principles of investing. I acknowledge that the S&P had an amazing year, and I can't expect this result for 2022, but it just illustrates how the basics I've mentioned are really starting to snowball into big net worth moves. Salary increases are making less and less of an impact for us now, and that is why I encourage everyone to read up on this stuff and understand it. For 2022, I don't have a goal for my net worth. I'll just continue to leave it, and we'll continue to invest our $2K a month. If we have some extra money to invest, I'll be putting more into markets and probably some into cryptocurrency to build that part of my portfolio. I've signed up for some crypto exchange accounts, And I'll make a video to help fellow Canadians get set up with this. And I will also continue to go through some of the stocks that I own on top of my ETFs to evaluate the keepers. Like Alibaba is actually next on my list. But I do want to let everyone know that season 4 this next year will have fewer videos than last year. I hit the goal of pumping out a video a week for 2021, but with a toddler putting real demand on my time, I will likely be sporadically making videos this next year. I will also need some of that time to find other streams of income, but we'll still share everything with you as I find it. If you want to check out my goals from 2021 in more detail, please check this video out right here. But I wish you guys happiness, prosperity, love in 2022. Thanks again for the support on the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.